how can you calculate your retirement expenses? How much do you need so you can retire? Now, there's a few different ways of going about this, but I like to go with what's the simplest way. And we'll explore the other method, and here's, I think, why you'll see that that's beneficial. So, as a reminder, I'm Ari Taubleib, a financial planner helping people retire early and really helping people understand when are they in a position where they are financially free. If you love doing your work, great, keep doing it. If you want to change or you said, you know what, I've had enough, I want to retire, wonderful. When are you in a position when you are financially free? That's what we help people do. So, getting into retirement expenses. There's a few ways of looking at it. Now, a lot of people do the bottom-up approach, where they write out every single line item and they understand how much is it going to cost to retire. It's not a bad way of looking at it. It takes significant time, and I don't think it's the best place to start. Personally, I like to use the top-down approach for my clients. Here's what that looks like. As opposed to writing down every single expense on a spreadsheet, what we start with is how much is coming in today. Let's just assume, round numbers, you have $10,000 a month that comes in every single month. Now, that's a gross number, so you need to back out taxes, and you need to back out 401k contributions, and you need to understand after insurance, what is your net number? Now, let's go back and pretend that $10,000, that's what's coming in gross every month. Now, that's the gross number, so we back out some of the things I just said, like taxes, insurance, and so on. But we want to understand what are the expenses that are there today that might not be there in retirement. And also look at it the other way. What are expenses that aren't there today that then might be there in retirement? For example, let's assume that you have $10,000 a month coming in gross, but there's also a mortgage. And let's assume that mortgage is $2,000 every month. Let's also assume that you are saving to a 401k, 403b, or 457, or Roth IRA, or whatever it is. Now, let's assume that now, after going through the numbers, that not $10,000 a month, but $7,000 a month, that's the number that would allow you to maintain your same standard of living today. Now, once again, we want to back out taxes and insurance, things like that, but this is a basic way of looking at it. And so it's not the $10,000 a month, but it's the $7,000 a month. That's really what we're living on today. Now, let's assume we want to travel in retirement, and that's going to be an additional cost. So now pretend travel is an extra $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. Well, if we add that back in, now, okay, maybe it's not $7,000 a month, but it's $8,000 a month. So this allows you to quickly, in about 5 to 10 minutes, understand how much you need to retire just on a basic scale. Now, before you actually do retire, we want to write down what's everything that's going to be in retirement and some miscellaneous, of course. And we have a framework for that. But just generally, most people get too overwhelmed and they never actually even start the process. When it could be done in 5 to 10 minutes, they just didn't know what the fastest and most efficient way is to do it. So start with this top-down approach. That's where we like to start. Ultimately, you want to look at what's your take-home pay. You want to add back in any expenses that you envision will be there in retirement, like travel, like joining a country club, like paying for grandchildren. You want to add those back in and understand what is the number you'd be really excited to have in retirement. And that's when you start to look at, okay, how should I be invested? What makes most sense from a tax strategy? And really can start doing some deep digging on retirement planning and some fund analysis as I see it. Now, that's where you want to start. But with expenses, there's your gross salary number. You want to understand what actually comes in, what are you living off of. Taxes, of course, are going to be there, but insurance, premiums like that. Okay, if there's, of course, Medicare, but if we're not paying for supplemental plans and there's other things, of course, we want to consider with that. The basic template is work through what's your gross number today. Back out taxes, back out insurance, back out all of the things like that. Understand what do you really live on today. Think about if there's going to be things that you want in retirement, like travel, if you want to continue that. If there's excess travel, add that in. If there's a mortgage, take that out if it's not going to be there in retirement. If there's a 401k you're contributing to, take that out. You're not going to have that in retirement. But maybe you have different savings goals. So you can see there's different considerations here, but we always like to say, keep it simple. It's more important to have momentum than speed. It's not about getting everything done all at once. First, look at your retirement expenses. Then look at your investments. Then look at tax strategy. Then look at where should income come from. So it's about looking at retirement planning holistically so you can really take action and achieve your goals. Now, this is a quick video on how to calculate your retirement expenses. Now, if this has been helpful, or if you're interested in working with myself or an advisor on the team, reach out to us. You can always go to rootfinancialpartners.com and you can fill out a form to apply to work with us and see what that looks like. So thank you for watching this video. Please comment, subscribe, and like this video if it's been helpful.